Good day, investors. My name is Lawrence, and thank you so much for watching this channel. On this channel, we talk about investing in the stock market, personal finance, and also how you can be financially independent. Today, we're going to be talking about yet another very important passive income option that actually you can utilize no matter which part of the world you are, because what you only need internet and also your smartphone. So without wasting time, and this passive income option is called unit trusts. So unit trusts actually in most of the countries, they are called actually different depending on where you are. So for example, me who is going to be talking about specifically Uganda Unit Trust. However, if you're also in Kenya, we also have different unit trusts. Having a lot of Kenyan followers, you can also actually watch this video because it is very, very relevant. Only what is going to be different is the unit trust companies, but actually most of the companies that I'm going to be talking about in Uganda, they are also having branches in Kenya. So if you're from Kenya, you're happy to watch because this topic cuts across the East Africa and world over. So the basic things that I'm going to be talking about is what are the unit trusts. So if you're going to be investing in unit trust, what kind of investment goals do you have? Other thing that I'm going to be talking about, why should you be investing in unit trust? And also, are there any risks in unit trusts? And also, finally, I'm going to be talking about uh, bank savings versus unit trust. Why should you put your money in unit trust rather than investing it in the or putting it in the bank? So first of all, what is a unit trust? So a unit trust, in simple terms, it's like a corrective investment scheme, or where a regulated investment company collects money from different investors. It might be you, it might be other companies, and it does invest it on the behalf of the investors, mainly under a strict regulation of Capital Markets Authority, and strictly it does invest it in uh, low risk ventures. For example, the main ones that they normally invest in is the treasury bonds and the treasury bills, plus also the corporate bonds. So let's put it in a simple way. So the licensed company collects money from me and you and also other companies, then looks for investment opportunities where they can invest in where they can invest. However, this is under strict regulations of the Capital Markets Authority. So, but there are three main things where they normally invest. Mostly they invest in stocks. Second, they invest in treasury bonds and also treasury bills, plus the corporate bonds. So basically, that's the basic definition of the unit trust. So we are going to see, as we are talking specifically for Uganda, these are the main unit trusts in Uganda. Of course, as I talk, these are the main uh, unit trust, but there might be other registered unit trusts so far that are not yet updated in my system. So, however, you always have to strictly check on Capital Markets Authority website to confirm which kind of unit trust, because in investment there is a lot of fraudsters. So you need to be very careful, especially to which company you're giving your money to. So as we talked, unit trust, basically they are collective investment schemes, and so there is one called Old Mutual Investment Group. If you're a Kenyan and you're still watching, Old Mutual is actually a Kenyan. It's also based in Kenya. So if you can use it in Uganda, both in Kenya. So we have Insurance Company of East Africa. So ICEA, it's also actually in Kenya. So you can also use it. We also have Sanlam. This is a South African investment company, biggest actual insurance company. However, it also has a branch in Kenya. So if you're in Kenya, you can also use Sanlam. So we also have Britam Asset Manager. It's also actually it's a Kenyan company. So basically, it also has a branch in Kenya. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and actually Zeno also investment company. It's also in Kenya. So all these companies actually, apart from Stanbic Bank Securities Limited, the rest are in both in Kenya and Uganda. So if you're interested in investing in unit trust, both in Uganda and Kenya, these companies can actually help you to invest. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 actually. We do have 7 mainly licensed as I talk. So these are the only licensed unit trust where you can put your money. Just a disclaimer: they always have different offers. Mainly, so for me, I always prefer money market fund because it is almost 98% risk free. So, and let's go to the investment goals. So why would you put your money in a unit trust? So before you do any investment, you should be putting in your mind why you're going to be investing in unit trust. So one of the things, the most important thing why you should be putting your money in unit trust is emergency. Instead of putting money in the bank, because in the bank will use your money and it will never pay you any interest. However, if you put your money in unit trust, you can withdraw it any day, anytime you want, yet it is gaining an interest. So emergency, and I always advise, if you've been following me for some time, you might know that actually before you invest, I always advise to build your emergency fund so that you don't have to go and withdraw your money from the stocks or from anywhere else, because the stock market or any other business, they incur the ups and downs. So by the time you go to withdraw the money, it might not be the right time. But if you put your money in unity trust, it's very good, because anytime you get any issue, you're sick or you get an accident or anything, you can always withdraw your money anywhere you want, anytime, anywhere, yet you get the interest. So that's one. Second, you might want to buy something but you don't have money at some point. So instead of putting it in a bank, or I have seen actually the Ugandans have this habit of, for example, they want to construct a house. Instead of keeping money in somewhere, they give it to uh, they keep it actually to the hardwares, yet they are not benefiting from it. So instead of putting it with the hardware companies or those manufacturers, you can put it actually in the unit trust, where it gives you, because the unit trust most of the time they give between 9.5 to 11%, depending on the season. Of course, if the for example, if the treasury bonds, the treasury bills, the corporate bonds are doing well, naturally, the also unit trust will be doing well. So you find they will be giving up to 11%. So if you're Ugandan and you're watching me, I've seen more Ugandans who are planning to construct houses or who want to buy land. They always deposit the money to the brokers, to the hardware managers. Instead of keeping that money, you can keep it in the unit trust where it is growing. So when that idea or the money is reached, then you can withdraw your money from the unit trust and go pay for the land, pay for the materials and construct, instead of keeping it with the hardwares, the bank, where you're not benefiting. So that's another why you should be investing in a unit trust. Another, of course, land and real estate are the same. Another thing is education. For example, you might be a parent, you might be a student, you might want to upgrade your education, and maybe you're planning to go there in 2 years or 1 year. Instead of keeping money in the bank, unit trust is the best option, as because I mentioned it gives you between 10 to 11%. If you have your million Ugandan shillings at the end of the year, you'll be getting your 100,000 added to your money. So basically, these are the investment goals. You might want other investment goals. You want to buy a car, you want to buy anything. Unit trust is the best way of keeping your money while it is growing. So another question you might want is, why would you invest in unit trust? We might have discussed them, but so when you are going to invest in any other investment option or investment venture, you have to compare the benefits, the dangers, and the risks in each and every investment venture, and also on what you're going to be using the money, or how long, how short you're going to be needing that money, because that one gives you a very clear picture on how much appetite, the risk you want to take, or the risks you want to avoid. So for me, I invest in different options. So I invest in stocks, I invest in the bonds, also have rand. But so I can tell you stocks, bonds, real estate, apart from the bonds, both bonds is less risky, but the rest of the things that I've mentioned, stocks, bonds, and real estate, they are more risky than unit trust. So, one, unit trust, if you're going to be investing in unit trust, you are 100% sure that your money is guaranteed, is secure, nothing. So that's where the unit trust is better than the stocks, real estate, because unit trust 100% guaranteed that you're going to get your money, no issues. That's one. Second, they are very flexible compared to this. The treasury bond is also flexible, but when you're going to withdraw it, you will have to lose some percentage. That's why it's not very flexible. But the unit trust, anytime you want the money, you can get it. So that's another way of why you would be preferring unit trust compared to other stocks. So those are like the main two main advantages of investing in unit trust over other options like stocks, like bonds, or real estate. So let's go to another option. Of course, as I said, when you're going to invest in any other investment venture, the one of the biggest question that you should be asking yourself is, where can I lose the money? What are the dangers? What are the risks? If you're going to be investing in any venture and you're not asking these kind of questions, I believe you're in the wrong occupation. So, one, inflation. Like now the inflation is low currently, but within East Africa, it's always between 5 to 6, sometimes it goes to 8, up to 9. So unit trust, while it beats the inflation, I'm sorry, maybe some of you may not understand what inflation is, but normally it's defined as the general increase of prices, of price of goods and services. So the more prices go up, the more you will need to pay more money. So that's reducing the value of your money or of your profit. So that's basically what is inflation. But so in East Africa, within it's always between 6 to 8. So because the unit trust gives between 9 to 11, you can see most of the benefits are eaten through the inflation. So the inflation risks, we do have the inflation risk. This actually is very practical. It's not like theory. So if you're going to be investing in unit trust, you should also be mindful of the inflation risks, so that when you invest, you look for at least the one that gives you more than 10% onwards, because there you can at least beat inflation by 4 points digit. Then another one is low return. Definitely, while the unit trust is very secure, is very flexible, however, it does have low return compared to treasury bonds, compared to stocks, compared to real estate. So if you are willing to have more, to take more risks, I would not recommend unit trust, because unit trust, they do have a lower return, as I said, always between 10 to 11. However, if you invest in stocks, sometimes you can actually get more than 30%, which is far, far superior compared to the unit trust. So if you're willing to take more risks, I would recommend going for the treasury bonds, for the stocks, rather than going for the unit trusts. Though unit trust, as we mentioned, has specific purposes it serves. So if you have achieved those kind of specific purposes like emergency, flexibility of your money, I would recommend that you go higher and invest in stocks or real estate, plus the treasury bonds, because they do give higher returns compared to the unit trust. So the closure, of course, as I mentioned, is 100% secure. So you don't have to be worried that any unit trust can be closed, because I said they are strictly licensed by the uh, Capital Markets Authority. So in my recent history, I haven't heard of any unit trust that closed and took people's money. So I'm very sure you are very safe. So basically, these are the things that I normally get from the investing world when the people are getting worried about investing in unit trusts. So let's go to the last option of bank savings versus unit trust. As we have gone through all these uh, topics or slides, by now you should be knowing that I'm always against saving money in the bank. I'm sorry if you work in the bank or your bank owner and you watch this video. I'm sorry, I don't intend to offend you. But if you're starting, if you're new in investing, if you have money and you're still putting it in the bank, I'm sorry, you're losing your money, because the bank uses it to lend it to us, to other people. It gets actually very, very high interest, because if you're in Uganda, you know that the bank interest rates is between 18 to 21%. But when you put it there, it will be giving you 2% or 3%. But when you move your money from the bank and put it in unit trust, basically they serve the same purpose. The only superior thing about unit trust over the bank is unit trust, it will be giving you 10 to 11%, while the bank savings will be giving you up to 2, yet they will even be charging you the monthly maintenance fee. So for now, if there is one thing at least you could learn from this topic, is if you're still saving money in the bank, please go and move it, put it in a unit trust, and I can tell you, you will not regret this. So otherwise, if you have any questions regarding any stocks, regarding investment, you can just go in the comments and ask any other question. I can see most people now have started asking me, which I'm very, very, very happy with. And my name is Lawrence. If you're still with me up to now and yet not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. Press that bell notification, so that every time we do another video, you'll be notified. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.